comes to four-wheel challenges, you probably think Formula One or dragster. But combine harvesters? Don't kid yourself. They've got some pretty racy moves. You've heard of racing handicaps. How about racing while pushing a bed? Is there any competition too wacky for us humans to dream up? Probably not. Here's one where the winner is the one who moves the least. Rodeo Day in Lynd, Washington. Happens every year before the wheat ripens. And in the parade, the combines that harvest that wheat. Used to, anyway. This weekend, they're about to be turned into scrap metal. The hard way. See number 13. And this is one of the scrappers, Mike Harding. He'll be driving something a lot bigger come demolition time. Is he worried? Not so you'd notice.
I'm a rookie. They're calling me a rookie. The old-timers that have been there for 12 or 13 years are giving me a bad time. They're going to take me out, but I don't know. I don't think so.
Mike's talking like he's got the derby in the bag. His wife, Luann, knows better.
He'll wake up and then he'll start asking me, how do you think I'll do? And he's kind of shaky, and he says he has butterflies in his stomach. And I think it's all just part of, he knows there's a competition coming up, so he's feeling the jitters.
Over at Olympia, State Representative Mark Schessler is nervously counting down, too.
It's possible that we could be voting Friday or Friday evening, which would mean that it would be the first demolition derby I've ever missed. Now, if I make it, I'll be the only driver of the original drivers to have driven in all 14.
Back on the farm, Keith Schaefer gets Mark's combine ready for battle. But pit crew is as far as Keith's commitment goes.
I have no desire to drive in there at all. It's dangerous. Those guys get hurt.
Meet Jaws, fearsome entry of Josh Noble and his buddy, Matt Miller.
We've got a hydrostat. Over most people there still have a manual transmission.
A lot of people still have gas. We have a diesel engine.
And our header is probably the strongest because it's a hillside header.
It's pretty big.
We're the biggest.
We're the biggest.
Too young to drive it, the boys will be watching from the sidelines.
That's kind of tough to do, too. We put all the work into it, and then they get to drive it, so... Yeah.
DDD, Demolition Derby Day, and the calm before the storm. Every driver has a special technique for getting pumped. Frank Bren knows exactly what he's going to do.
Take a nap till about 4 o'clock. I'm going to get up. I'm going to be ugly. I'm going to be mean. Have a hangover, not feel good, and I'm going to go out there and beat other combines up. That's it.
Mark will be here. If he has to charter a Learjet and land at the Lynd International Airport, he will be here. Yeah, we're going to take it all this year. Because Mark will be the only sober one around.
I was nervous this morning. Couldn't sleep all night. But now I'm feeling pretty confident. I think there's a couple of weak people out here, but there's some tough ones too. Jaws is going to be the tough guy. He's got all that iron on the side.
These guys are the ones who are really the force, the driving force. And I'm just here driving. That's all I'm doing. Because they're not 18. I'm 18 and older, just barely.
There we go.
Ouch! These combines look a little long in the tooth. That's because rules say that they must be at least 25 years old.
The rules say no aggressive pieces of equipment on here. No spikes, no sickle guards, no pieces of metal sticking out that could tangle somebody else up. It has to just be basically a stripped down combine saw. You have to wear a safety helmet, a motorcycle helmet. You have to have a seat belt. You're only allowed 5 gallons of gas. It has to be in the bulk tank. You have to have a fire extinguisher on board, and you have a flag that when you can't go anymore, then you take the flag out, and that means you can't get hit. So it's basically pretty safe.
Broken axle? No problem. This is only the first heat. And believe it or not, the other guys out there are your friends.
If somebody's combine breaks down, everybody will be there to get it into that final heat. We're not against each other other than in the ring. When you're in the pits, you get them ready. Get them back out there to run.
Yeah, we're gonna weld.
I want more. I want to get that guy.
If you want to get him, first you got to help him get back in the ring.
If it breaks, we'll fix it. It's all about Odessa, Washington, #1. We'll be back. We'll see you in the second round.
There's Mark Schessler, just in from Olympia. Barely had time to slip out of his suit and tie.
Yeah, we made it with a little bit of time to spare.
Mark's not exactly a pit bull in the ring, but that's part of his plan.
The secret is just pace yourself, you know, bob, weave, lay on the ropes. It works.
What about the new rule, Mark? Bash or be disqualified?
Well, I think that was written with me in mind.
When I was a kid growing up, I drove a combine exactly like this. And it was the combine that we used on the ranch, and we paid good money for it. And I can't believe that 30 years later, I'm out here actually destroying something that I was pretty proud of a long time ago. So to me, it just kind of makes me scratch my head and wonder what's going on a little bit. It almost makes me cry.
The championship heat comes down to survival of the fittest. Combines are limping, but the drivers don't even notice that night has fallen. At least picking the winner is easy. We'll be the last one still rolling. The winner? Who else? Jaws.
We're really excited. We did good.
We came
the
back.
whole combine.
We pulled it back from the first heat, I thought for sure. One hit and we're going to be sitting here.
Yeah, the header wasn't too good a shape, but we welded it back together.
And how did first-timer Mike Harding make out?
My beautiful mean green machine, oh my gosh, it's destroyed. But everybody, my crew did great. Hey, my crew, hey, come on, hey.
We'll be back.
We'll be back next year.
First time out and first time on. We'll be back with vengeance.
Yeah, Mike, and so will Jaws. Every year, the summer fair in Cloverdale, British Columbia, kicks off in the traditional way, with citizens behaving in some very untraditional ways. The volunteer fire brigade plays a big part in the festivities, but for the firefighters, this is no day at the beach. Their focus today is on what looks like a bed, a little red bed, a very hot little fire engine red bed.
Tight. Can't go anywhere, I don't think. You want to tighten it like this, make sure. Yeah, everything's working.
Mike Schmidt drives a city bus for a living, but on this wild weekend, these are the only wheels he wants to talk about.
The bed races start for us about a month ahead of time. We pick a chairperson, which this year I got nominated and took on the position to make sure we got an entry, and we've established a team.
We got the endurance. The team consists of 6 runners and a rider. The runners are here, but where's the jockey? If Mike's worried, he's not showing it.
Closer to bed races, we start preparing the bed, paint job, batteries, new lights, just making sure everything on the bed runs.
Build a new one? This one's got the character.
It has to be the certain width and length. It can't go over those sizes. Can't have over a 10-inch wheel. So these wheels are definitely in the spectrum there, so that fits in there. Anything else pretty much goes. So as long as there's no steering, no power, no motors, it's got to be all leg power.
You know the old joke, how do I get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice. Same thing for bed racing. Bed race fans tend to forget that the real focus of the weekend is the rodeo, second only to the Calgary Stampede.
Looks all right in there.
Camera's ready, but back at the fire hall, the boys are still building up leg muscle. In 24 years, they've won only once.
It's a quick race. We were clocked around, usually it gets around 25 to 30 kilometers an hour, and it's about a 40-second race there and
The bed jockey has finally arrived. Lisa's checked out the rig and tried on the official costume, but she's beginning to get cold feet.
I don't know. I don't really trust these guys right now. They're kind of like scaring me. You know, we're just counting the minutes, actually. I'm nervous.
Theirs are tough.
Okay. Actually, I am. I'm feeling kind of nauseous.
Yeah.
What if it tips?
we make our way over at about 5:30 in the evening to the judging stand where they can adjudicate our bed, make sure that it's legal size and weight and that we have the proper amount of runners. And we make our grand entrance with the air raid sirens going off and fire truck following us.
We're going to kick some major cowboy butt. We are winning best dressed.
We don't care if we win the race.
Really,
yeah.
really. Don't you think?
It's the Wrangler
best dressed.
Yeah.
Okay, girls, remember.
Here they go.
The RCMP are a little all over the map. The Gabby's team are the folks with the horns, by the way. They're the horny bunch, in case you're keeping track.
The cattle are coming! Move out of the way! Obviously, cows aren't used to running on two hooves.
Easy, Turbo. Oh, my goodness. Cow down, ladies and gentlemen.
Is this a serious competition? I guess so. Grand prize is the coveted bedpan trophy. But to get to the finals, you have to win your qualifying heat. Keep your fingers crossed for the fire brigade.
Get set! I'm not sure that's complimentary, but...
It's hard to tell from here, but it looks like the boys from the Northview Golf Course put on a burst of speed in the home stretch. Uh-oh. No joy in Mudville. Mighty Mike and the firemen are out of the competition already.
We appreciate all the fine work they do. They're just not that quick.
We did our best, and they were just a little bit faster than us, so we were a little shocked, but hey, that's okay. It was fun anyway, so.
It was actually pretty nerve-wracking, to tell you the truth. I thought we were up ahead of the other team, and I was just trying to get the guys to go, and I could feel them kind of running out of, like, it must be hard to get all the way down there, you know, staying really motivated.
Here come this year's winners. Same guys who won last year. The same team that edged out the fire brigade. Guess they just couldn't bear to part with the bedpan.
The highly coveted trophy, the silver bedpan. Do they know they have to drink out of it later? Oh.
Mikey, you had victory in your grasp. What went wrong out there?
What's wrong? What isn't wrong? No, it's an old bed. It's got, the weight alone is a little bit too heavy nowadays. Everything, all the other beds seem to be a little bit lighter. And our wheels are, I think, our biggest downfall that we have right now. They run straight, pretty straight, but they're just too heavy and too small. Guys, that's for us. Come on, let's go.
They may not be champion bed racers, but when it comes to moving fire trucks, Mike and the boys are second to none. And as for the bed races, there's always next year. Is there a tougher way to make a buck than as a bike courier? You have to be tough mentally, tough physically, and pretty well fearless, like these couriers in Edmonton, Alberta. This is Jarvis Nicola, a 5-year veteran. How'd you get into this line of work, Jarvis?
I was out of a job and I watched Quicksilver one night. A cheesy movie with Kevin Bacon. I thought it looked like a pretty cool job. So I had a bit of money, I bought a bicycle and became a messenger, and that's what I've been doing since.
That's Jennifer Moody. You'd think she was in a bike courier race. And you'd be right. Not her first either.
We started hearing over the internet about races going on in other cities, and someone organized one there, and I entered, and actually, I think I won the first race that I was in.
Jennifer's going to have to pedal hard to keep up with this horde of contenders. They're in Edmonton for the National Association of Bike Courier Championships. Here's one career courier who's not in the race. You can tell by the bike. Meet biker Bill Thane, the brains behind this year's event.
Tomorrow at 12 o'clock.
If biker Bill ever gets off the phone, he'll explain the course to us. Meanwhile, all the pre-race talk is about strategy, strategy, strategy.
My strategy?
Yeah.
Win. Try not to crash. I know there's a couple corners in there that might take my life.
Okay, this is the course. So we book around here, and we're headed to 11. And we're back out here, and then across, and then over, and then down.
Just memorizing the course is enough to make you thirsty, but Jarvis has it all figured out.
Go!
They're off, some more quickly than others.
Go, Jarvis! Race time.
And then we have to get over to 6. So we're back over here again to 6, and then over to here, we do our pickup.
It's a race course as crooked as a corkscrew. 5 kilometers of twists and turns through the University of Alberta campus. Today, the qualifying heats. Tomorrow, the championship. The problem with turning your job into a sport is somebody's got to be a loser.
It's not like the Tour de France, which is happening right now, where you're going for 21 days at 600 kilometers a day. So it's just here you go, 30 stops, 40 stops, however there may they be, and you race, have a good time.
There you go. There you go. Ooh, a trip.
Our Jarvis, he's out here for a good time, not the fastest time.
Beautiful morning. I'm just happy to be here. See you later. I know I've been hit by 32 cars since I've been a messenger, which, I don't know. If 5 guys are riding down the street, guaranteed I'm the one who's gonna get run over by the car. Bad luck. I don't think I ride any crazier than anybody else, so I know I don't. It's just I manage to get hit a lot more often.
Hey, already. I'm worried that maybe because I haven't been on my bike doing the 40 to 60K a day that I'm not going to be able to keep up.
Almost done.
But I think if you just have a clear head and don't get too excited, that I'll be able to keep my route straight.
13 is a floating stop that'll be moving around this course here, so we have to find them. If you pass them, you can't go back. You have to keep on going.
A floating checkpoint in a maze. That's swell. Do you think you could make it any tougher, Bill?
6. Way around over here, and then to 2. Again.
No, but there's...
And just in case anyone finds the course too straightforward, there's a handicapping system that works just great.
I had to borrow Cookie's bag, and it's the wrong way for me, so it's not overly comfy.
It's just fun. It's also you don't get any prize money from it. It's not for the money or anything like that. It's just for bragging rights mostly.
But Jarvis won't be doing much bragging after today's heat.
Go, Jarvis! Go, Jarvis! Wrong way!
One wheel, one manifest.
The 3-hour qualifying heat is rugged enough, even for those who went the right way, on 2 wheels.
Here you go, sir.
Name and number. Todd.
You rock. Thanks, Bob.
The foot was fine until probably the second big complication, and that's when it started to pound, and that's when it said, you know what, too many frustrations, it's time to be done. It was a great race.
A little bit of a bruise there,
but I'll be fine.
The girls at the check stop say, number 69, you're disqualified, because I was riding backwards, and I just about took out some racers. Like, I was a danger on the course.
Apparently I won my heat, so I was the only girl in, but I beat all those boys, so I've already won. It feels pretty good.
Biker Bill's feeling pretty good, too, on the eve of tomorrow's championship heat. In fact, he's feeling so good, he's looking for a little FaceTime with his wife, Corinne.
Give me a kiss. Come on, I want a kiss.
Good bike couriers aren't just fast. They've got great balance, too. These guys live on their bikes, so it's not surprising that their wheels should become a second set of legs.
Gentlemen, please remove your t-shirts.
The Bike Courier Championships separate the winners from the wobblers. Okay, fellas, shirts back on. The finals are about to begin.
Get set, go!
Bike couriers live with traffic jams, choking exhaust, and customers who want their deliveries yesterday. They keep commerce flowing in the congested corridors of our downtown core, and they get paid a pittance for it. It's rush, rush, rush. So why do they do it? Obviously, for the rush. Speaking of which, here comes the leader of the pack now.
Good job, buddy, good job.
My muscles started locking up. I got to one place I couldn't even move. Muscles just bulging out.
Just finishing is reason enough to be happy, but when you win, place, or show, you've got special cause to celebrate.
A little luck! And look at me!
There's Jennifer Moody, first woman to cross the line. You know, you couldn't pay most people to put up with this kind of pressure, especially when the rewards are all immaterial. For immaterial, these biker awards are pretty substantial. Steady now, Jen. It may be human nature to compete, but I still don't know how natural it is to beat up your neighbor's combine harvester. Now, bed races, I understand perfectly. I go fast asleep every night. Then there's the bike courier competitions. They're not over until Jarvis tires of being the craziest competitor of all.